the world's richest gangsters of all time. Criminal activity is dangerous, yet society has a long-standing belief that it pays more than legal employment. As a result, criminals' names never stop appearing. This list sorts through the remarkably wealthy criminals in the globe, including drug traffickers and fraudsters, and includes information on their net worth, how they acquired their wealth, and where they are. Hello guys, and welcome to our channel, All Time Crime. We have a fairly intriguing movie for you today where we introduce the 7 richest gangsters in history. Number 7, Joe Low. Joe Low, a fugitive businessman and criminal from Malaysia, has a $150 million net worth and is one of the wealthiest criminals who has never been apprehended. He is allegedly the mastermind of a sophisticated financial fraud scheme involving Wall Street, the Middle East, A-list celebrities, and an international network of shell companies. Investigators have been probing into the theft of funds from Malaysia's One Malaysia Development Berhad quasi-sovereign wealth fund for many years. Super yachts and international real estate were purchased with the money, and Hollywood blockbusters were even financed. Number 6, Joaquin Guzman. Former Mexican drug lord Joaquin Guzman had a $1 billion peak net worth. He is notoriously recognized as the former leader of the Sinaloa drug cartel, who oversaw a major drug trafficking organization between Mexico and the USA. Guzman was apprehended in 2014, but he escaped from jail in 2015 and was later apprehended again in 2016. He received a life sentence plus 30 years in prison. In the early years of the 21st century, Guzman was thought to be primarily in charge of the marijuana and cocaine trafficking from Mexico and Colombia to the United States, as well as the largest trafficker of methamphetamine in the Asia-Mexico-US triangle, where the drug was made in Mexico using chemicals made in Asia and then smuggled into the country. In 2009, Forbes magazine estimated his net worth to be $1 billion, and according to other estimates, his cartel generates $3 billion in annual earnings. Number 5, Frank Costello. One of the 10 richest gangsters in the world, Frank Costello was an Italian-American mafia boss whose fortune peaked at $1 billion at the time of his death in 1973. Frank Costello, a strong mobster who overcame many mafia conflicts, official investigation, and an assassination attempt, was in charge of the formidable Lucky Luciano-founded National Commission of Mafia Bosses. He oversaw one of the richest criminal enterprises, which peaked at $60 billion in income. Costello rose through the ranks of American organized crime, choosing to purchase important individuals with cash as opposed to using threats. Even New York politics were not immune to the strong effect of Costello. After gaining enormous power and wealth through bookmaking and bootlegging during Prohibition, Costello built a slot machine empire in New York and later in New Orleans, the latter with full support and endorsement of Louisiana Governor Huey Long, just one of the many political heavyweights who came under Costello's influence. Number 4, Adnan Khashoggi. With a peak net worth of $4 billion, Saudi Arabian billionaire Adnan Khashoggi was once ranked as the richest person in the world. He was involved in bribery scandals and eventually detained for money laundering and racketeering. He was held for 3 months before a federal jury found him not guilty. He was never found guilty of any crimes, but made his $4 billion fortune through arranging transactions for armaments producers, governments, and individual clients. One of his first significant transactions was with a big construction company that was having trouble managing its vehicles on the shifting desert sands. With the money his father gave him for a car, Khashoggi purchased several Kenworth trucks, whose broad wheels made navigating the desert much simpler. Number 3, Griselda Blanco. One of the wealthiest criminals, Griselda Blanco, also known as the Black Widow, had a peak net worth of $2 billion. She was a notorious drug dealer for the Medellin cartel and received a 10-year prison term. 2012 saw the murder of Griselda. She was a key player in Miami's brutal drug conflicts during the 1970s and 1980s, and some claim that she brought more than 3 tons of cocaine into the country each year, making an estimated $80 million per month. According to Celebrity Net Worth, Griselda Blanco held property worth about $500 million before her passing. Following her passing, federal law enforcement in Colombia seized 4 properties for a total of about $118.7 million. Number 2. Carlos Leder. Former drug lord Carlos Leder, a German-Colombian with a peak net worth of $2.7 billion, was well known as one of the wealthiest criminals who oversaw a significant cocaine trafficking network in the Bahamas. He was released in 2020 after serving a 33-year prison sentence in the USA. Leder initially made his money by trafficking stolen vehicles between the United States and Canada, as well as selling them and marijuana. Leder made the decision to take advantage of the expanding cocaine market in the U.S. while serving a sentence for car theft at a federal prison in Danbury, Connecticut. Leder started using Norman's Cay in the Bahamas as a transshipment hub in 1978. Number 1. Leona Helmsley. The wife of multi-millionaire real estate investor Harry Helmsley, Leona Helmsley was an American condominium realtor. Harry wed Leona after divorcing his wife of 33 years, and the two of them went on to establish a prosperous real estate business in New York City. At the height of her success, Leona topped the list of all-time richest criminals with a net worth of $5 billion. Leona received a 16-year sentence for federal income tax evasion in the late 1980s, which was later reduced to 19 months in prison and 2 months in house arrest. Her demise occurred in August 2007. When Helmsley remarked that only the little people pay taxes, she quickly earned the ire and anger of many. Harry, Leona's husband, was among the richest real estate moguls in the world, with an estimated $5 billion to $10 billion in real estate assets. The couple had a grand property in Greenwich, Connecticut, in addition to their opulent apartment with a view of Central Park. The Helmsleys were said to have concealed their income by classifying personal costs as corporate expenses. The last segment of today's film features the 7 all-time richest gangsters in the world. Do you know who they are? Enter your comments in the field provided below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, All Time Crime, for more engrossing films like this one. Please click the bell symbol if you would like to be informed when we release new, captivating videos.